Same way that you ride a bike. You get on the bike and you pedal. You fall down, you get back on. You back on the bike and you pedal. You don't go to a class and study biking for 3 years and learn how to ride a freaking bike. And you don't do that when you're doing a startup.
No.
You don't do that when you're joining some kind of something you're passionate about. You just go out and you start doing it. You start yelling and you go door to door and you say, this matters. It matters to me. It should matter to you. And yet we keep kind of looking back instead of from an institutional standpoint and saying, well, how can we go and get formal training in order to start doing that? Or how can we get government assistance in order to start doing that? Or how do we create programs in schools to formalize a way of doing that? And when we start relying on these kind of organizations in order to be able to create or manufacture things like passion, I think that's where we fall down.
And we focus on the wrong things too. In the U.S., when I moved down to Silicon Valley in 2005, it was just right at the upswing of what was known at the time as Web 2.0. I guess it's been proclaimed dead now. It's now the mobile era. But when I moved down there, I was just amazed. Like, nobody had any security net, no safety net, no training. People were just doing, and they were doing what they loved to do, and they were passionate about it, and they wanted to change their little part of the world. They wanted to make a better tool. They saw something wrong, and they wanted to fix it. If I was to profile, like I was just saying earlier that I hate profiling, oh, this makes an entrepreneur, but if I was to profile what the type of person that I would meet, or people that took a look at something and said, yeah, I think there's a better way to do this. Or why is it done this way? I think I can do a better way. And they did it. They just did it. And they didn't do it with a safety net. They didn't have healthcare behind them. They didn't have, most of them didn't even have, I knew a lot of entrepreneurs back in 2005 before the market got really frothy that never brought in any money. They had to consult on the side, but they were doing something because they were passionate. And so, like, it's not necessarily like a whole bunch of money being thrown at it or some sort of like change in attitude. I think it's not even that we're thinking of ourselves as number two, is we're cushy and comfy in Canada. We're cushy and comfy and we don't want to lose that, right? Like, it's to stay